What's going on, y'all? Damn. We gonna get started in a few minutes, just getting some stuff together. So just sit tight and be patient. Stay cozy. Grab something to drink. Water, juice, some alky. Whatever gets you through the episode for real. We gonna be right back in a little bit though. So, you know what I'm saying? Be right back. What's going on, y'all? We back at it again with another edition of the Cozy Rants series. You feel what I'm saying? I hope y'all got a chance to watch the last one. Had some pretty good topics on there for real from the last one. We got some good topics this time though, I ain't gonna lie. You feel what I'm saying? Once again, it's just like I say, every episode, just things that I'm thinking about, things that I'm going through for real. You feel me? So it's gonna be a good episode. I'm just this disclaimer for real. You feel me? We gonna keep moving it. We gonna keep pushing the needle forward in this episode for real. We got some things to discuss. Got some things to talk about. So we gonna get straight into it for real. You know what I mean? So let's get into it. I was at work last week. And we was talking about the pandemic, and we was talking about the jobs that we had when we was going through the pandemic. And I was telling them I was working at Home Depot. I was also in school. I was also getting them refund checks, and I was also getting paid crazy bread at Home Depot. Lovely, shout out to y'all. But I was just saying that's the most money I probably ever touched. And I wish I would have been smarter with that bread that I was getting for real, cause could be using that right now for real. But one of my team members was saying cause I think I was saying cause I think he asked me if you got the chance to do it all over again, would you do it the same? And I was like, nah, I probably wouldn't. I probably would have saved way more bread. You feel what I'm saying? And then he was like, well, what about what about the memories and stuff like that? You feel what I'm saying? I'm forgetting I'm on camera. I'm all feeling on my stomach. But he was saying what do you value more? Memories and time, or how you would save your money and stuff like that. And when I think about it, I think I value the time spent and the memories made, because you just can't get those things back. Money can come back tenfold, money can come back in humongous amounts for real, but time you can't get back, and memories you can't get back, or you can't try to relive a moment, because it's not going to be the same when you in that moment, at that time, at that point in your life for real. So I say all that to say it's wherever time or space that you in right now, value the memories and value the moments and time that you spending with whoever. And you got to consider the bad and the good and the bad for real, because it's yes, nobody doesn't want to experience bad times, but we need those bad times to learn, to grow, to move forward. And then the good times is core memories. I don't know if y'all seen Inside Out or Inside Out 2, but those are core memories that are going to last forever. You gonna remember that for the rest of your life for real. So value your memories and the time spent, with friends, with family, even with people that were only there for a season and then eventually left out your life, or were moved out your life. You know what I'm saying? When you were spending your time with them in that time, value that time, because you never can get that back. And sometimes we go through things where we feel like we wasted a whole bunch of time. And that's sad to say, but we go through that, and we just have to learn. Like, we either have to learn how to not be in that situation again, how to navigate better through that situation, how to maybe try to stop it in its tracks before it gets too deep, for real. So yeah, man, just you gotta value your memories that you're making, and you gotta value your time, because like I said, you just never gonna get that back. Those are two things that are not replaceable. You can replace money, you can replace tangible things, but you cannot get time back. You can't rewind the clock. You can't, let's do this again. No, it's not gonna be the same when you try to do it again, because the authenticity isn't there. So value your memories with the ones you love, the ones you hate, the ones you despise, the ones you care about, and value your time. And your time is valuable. Like, you gotta understand that as well. Like, don't let nobody waste your time either. Like, if you can avoid something, or you can get out of a situation, do that. You feel what I'm saying? So it ain't no bad blood or bad feelings to that person or whoever or whatever you doing. It's just that that it's not for you, so you can't do it. You gotta get out of this. So definitely wanted to touch on that, for real. As we move along, I just been thinking on this right here, and it's been on my mind even since the beginning of the year, because it's just been, it feel like it's been beating into my head. And that's, we can't just be out here with no plan, no strategy, no nothing. Because if you moving like that, they going to chew you up and spit you out. And I say they as the world. The world will chew you up, spit you out, and not care about you. And that's just some reality. That's some stats for your ass. If you ever seen Coach Carter, shout out to Samuel L. Jackson, my Morehouse brother. Power to the people. But you feel what I'm saying? You gotta move with strategy, man. You gotta know what you want to do. You gotta have a plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. Like, you have to you have to learn how to pivot. Like, you can't never be like, what I'm gonna do or how I'm gonna get back right. And I've been a victim of being in that mind state. Excuse me. Just being like, yo, what is gonna be my next move? Like, I was comfortable right here. You feel what I'm saying? And I was never thinking about what will happen if this ends, or what will happen if, this comes, something happens or whatever, and it's over, whatever the case may be in any situation. And I've been stuck, and I've been in that mindset before, and I'm just learning now. It's dawning on me, hitting me crazy that it's hitting me this late, for real. But when you in certain situations, like obviously you've been told, all your life that you always gotta have a plan A, plan B, or you always gotta pivot, but you never really understand it until you really in the thick of some shit, for real. So you gotta understand that you always gotta have plan and strategy, or all right, so this is what I'm gonna do. If this don't work out, I'm gonna pivot here. Or if this don't work out and I'm not getting the traction, or I'm not doing, or I'm not gaining the things that I need, or getting the things that I need out of this, then I'm gonna pivot to this. You gotta learn how to keep moving. It can't be no stopping. You can't be stagnant in what you're trying to do, because you're trying to get to another level. You're trying to get to the next level in your life. You're trying to get to a certain part where it's I just need to keep growing. I need to keep exceeding the standard that I'm setting for myself, for real. I need to exceed the expectation that I have for myself. I need to exceed the expectation of other people that they may have for me. Not saying that you gotta tend to the expectations of other people, because even in that you can get sidetracked of, dang, if I fail, I'm letting a whole bunch of people down, man. Fuck that. You feel what I'm saying? The expectations of other people don't matter. Yes, it's good that these people have these high expectations of you, and that's great. But at the end of the day, you are the one dealing with life for you. You know what I'm saying? And if things is hitting the fan and you not hitting those expectations, you can't be upset, or people can't be upset with you because you're not hitting those expectations. Like, life happens sometimes. Sometimes life happens to the point where it's unexpected. You think it's something is good, and then boom, there it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can happen in a blink. Like, in a blink of an eye, things can happen and things can crumble. But like I said, you gotta have strategy. You can't be out here with no plan. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we move on faith, but we always have to have a plan within faith. Like I said, I don't know if I said this on the last episode or not, but faith without works is dead. If you don't have a plan to work with your faith, it ain't gonna happen. Like, things are not gonna shift for you, for real. So don't be out here, with no plan, no guidance, no strategy. Because, like I said, the world is going to chew you up and spit you out and not care where you land. You can land in the street and get hit by a car. You can land in the gutter and go in the sewer. They don't care, bro. You got to depend on you. You got to make sure you straight. You got to make sure you good. You feel what I'm saying? So don't be out here with no plan. And if you don't have a plan, have faith, but think about what you need to do if things don't pan out the way you think they should pan out. Or you need to be just, not saying that you got to do anything to make something happen, but anything that makes sense. You feel what I'm saying? So keep moving, keep pivoting wherever. Shout out to the pivot, to those guys. But no, you know what I'm saying? Hope they don't get me for the trademark or whatever. But just keep moving, slow motion better than no motion. You know what I'm saying? So your heart and your mind, things are all going to work out, but it's just taking time for those things to work out. And some things you can't rush in that. Sometimes you just have to wait, and you have to do your due diligence, and you have to stay consistent in what you're doing, and do all the things that are going to prepare you or lead you up to the end goal that you try and get to. You feel what I'm saying? So just keep having a strategy, keep having a pivot situation, or a plan A, plan B, plan C. You always got to know what your next move gonna be, but you should know that. Don't let nobody else know your next move. Your left hand shouldn't know what your right hand doing, and vice versa. You feel what I'm saying? So just have a plan, have a strategy, because like I said, the world don't care. The world is going to keep moving. The first is still going to come. Bills still have to be paid. You know what I'm saying? All those things. So just keep moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Stay consistent on the grind. Stay consistent with whatever that you're doing. Know that what you're doing is preparing you for your next level, your next step in life. So keep moving. Keep pivoting. And stay cozy through it all, for real. So, and even in that, when we talking about keep moving and, staying consistent and staying on the grind, one thing that you have to be, that I'm starting to learn more and more every day, even by watching, influencers and, mentors or, people that I look up to in the industry that I like and stuff like that. You got to be delusional with your dreams, and you got to be delusional with, the things that you want in life, because that delusion is going to turn into reality. Like, you got to know that this is going to happen. Even if a whole bunch of people may say, yo, that ain't going to happen, or that's too much, or I don't think that, let's think of a realistic goal or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I've been caught in, saying that to people, like, You think that's really, you think that's a good starting point, or da 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 da? Like, and I wouldn't say that I would be, pooping on a parade, but I'm just in that moment. You hearing that, you thinking of something else. You're not thinking how the other person is thinking, like, this shit gonna bang. You feel me? So you gotta really be delusional to be like, this shit gonna bang. You know what I'm saying? And I'm putting in the hard work. I'm putting in the grind hours. I'm putting in the graveyard hours, staying up all night, losing sleep, thinking of how, different ways that you can, market yourself, or different ways you can be creative. You got to do all those things and be delusional, because delusion comes with success. I ain't gonna lie. If you think about all the successful people, their success started with a dream, started with, saying things that propelled them to this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have, quit their jobs and didn't know how they was going to pay bills, because they, one, felt like the job was just taken away from them, two, because they felt they had a higher purpose in life than to be working at a job. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to take the risk on yourself, be delusional that whatever you doing is going to blow, it's going to work, and the things that I'm doing is going to propel me to those points, for real. You feel what I'm saying? Because you got to dream big, and don't let anybody tell you different, for real. Because if you let people into your dreams and into the things that you want to do, and you let them downplay everything, and you start to believe that because everybody's saying the same thing, then that's eventually what you're going to start thinking every day. I shouldn't do this because it made it. Nah, man. Whatever you want to do it, for real. I don't care what it is, man. Just do it. Like Nike said, I hope they don't get me on the trademark neither, because I'm saying a lot of stuff that they got. But I'm just saying, like, whatever you aspire to be, whatever you want to do, it's nothing but space and opportunity. And it's a lot of opportunity in the world, man, that a lot of things that they don't even, some things that you got to go searching for. They're not going to tell you all the information that you need to know. And that's how it's been from the beginning of time. You feel what I'm saying? Like, well, I guess since civilization, I would say. You feel me? But just you got to be spontaneous. You got to be delusional. You got to take the risk on yourself, because at the end of the day, if don't nobody believe in you, you got to believe in yourself. And that's real. Like, you got to be your biggest supporter. You got to be your biggest fan. You got to be your biggest critic, for real. Like, you got to judge yourself, for real. Other people's opinions don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's good to get feedback. Yes, it's good to all that, but it's what you think it is. You think people got successful out here because of what other people was thinking? Nah. You think Pharrell was out here, with the going crazy in Virginia, thinking about what other people was thinking of his beats? Nah. He was making the beats and said, yo, this is fire. I think it's fire. Let's put it out. And look at what happened. Look where he at now. One of the biggest producers, one of the biggest moguls ever. You feel what I'm saying? Now he's one of the biggest fashion guys now, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can never let other people determine your fate. You feel me? So just dream big, yo, because all things are possible. All things are in arm's reach. You just got to be willing to reach for it. You know what I'm saying? So be delusional out here, man, because being realistic sometimes can make you stagnant and make you stand still. And make you stay in a place where you think, oh, I'm just waiting for the right time. No. The right time is now. Start now. Start today. Start today. For real. Start today. If you watching this right now, start now. Like, while you watching it, start now. That's really all I wanted to bring to y'all, for real. Those things that I've been thinking about. Be delusional. Believe in yourself. All things are possible. Have a plan. Strategize. Execute. And what else did we say? Invest and valuing your memories and time, making memories in your time. So, you know, if you're watching this episode right now, I hope that, you know, whatever you've been feeling, whatever you've been going through, you're not going through it alone. You know, the Cozy community is here with you if you ever need to, you know, vent, or you need to, you know, you just want to ask questions or get a different perspective. You can DM us for real at COZYDABRAND on IG, you know, or you can DM us at COZYVentures7 _. That's just like our just everything page with vlogs, marketing, drops, stuff like that. So speaking of drops, you know, we got the hat still. If you ain't cop a trucker hat, obviously get that. You know, we got a couple more flavors left, but I'm dropping some limited stock hoodies, Cozy Essential hoodies, black and brown. I dropped the video a couple days ago, so probably when y'all see this, it'll probably been like 2 days ago. So, and you know, we dropping those. It's gonna be a pre-sale. By the time y'all see this, the pre-sale is gonna be live. The hoodies for the pre-sale are gonna be $55. So if you want to cop a hoodie, you know, just DM COZYDABRAND on IG, and you know, we can get y'all squared away with that. But then on that Monday, September 1st, is when it's gonna be the official drop, which the price will bump up to $65 for a hoodie. So, you know, stay tuned. Follow the page. Follow all the pages. My page, my Instagram, COZYDABRAND, COZYVentures7 _. Just Cozy Productions. That's where we, you know, all our media production stuff, pictures and everything like that I do. So, you know, I hope when y'all see this, y'all still pushing through, y'all still getting it done. And if God wakes y'all up each and every day, that's just another opportunity to get it done and to make it happen. So stay you, stay true, stay cozy, and it's just like that. You dig.